Hi, welcome to my Unit 2 discussion for typography. The first designer we're going to be discussing is William Caselin. I didn't find much on Caselin's education, so I'm assuming that he learned a lot of experience while he was doing a 7-year apprenticeship as an engraver with a harness maker. And I looked into what exactly a harness maker was, and I got two different examples. One being someone who makes harnesses for horses, and another one that works with engraving guns and barrels. And I tried finding any kind of gun with a logo or anything that has to do with Caselin, but I found this image instead, which was from Naomi Francois. She was doing a little stamp collection design with the history of typeface. And since it was an engraved barrel, I just assumed maybe this is the right definition for the harness maker. So I just wanted to display that image there. Now, Williams did start an engraving shop in 1716, and he mostly made tools for bookbinders or silver chaser. And he got the attention of a printer named John Watts, who eventually offered him a job in making different types of typeface for different presses around London. And one of his first jobs was to make English aerobic for the New Testament. And I did read that they were trying to give these Bibles to, they said, Oriental natives, so that they could try to convert them into their religion. But then after a while, he created Roman, Italic, and Hebrew for a printer named William Boyer. And I do have the first example of the Italic right here that says Caselin Italic. That's the font. And right underneath it, that's the Hebrew font that he eventually came up with. And in 1734, he had his first specimen sheet, and he had 47 different types of font in 14 sizes. And that's the third image displayed here on the slide. Next, we have John Baskerville. I also didn't find a lot of education on him, but they did say that he probably just went to a local school called Seabright School. But when he was 17 years old, he did engrave on tombstones. And then whenever he turned 20, he started teaching writing, bookkeeping, and an engraving business. Well, he had an engraving business. And at 32, he took up Japanning. And Japanning is finishing and ornamenting wood, leather, and tin, just to imitate Japanese work. And whenever he was 44, that's whenever he started experimenting with paper making, type founding, printing, and print ink. And at 1758, he was hired by Cambridge University, and after working there for 20 years, that's whenever he created the most beautiful Bible, as it's described, and that's the first image here. And they said it was so beautiful because he used his own ink for it, which was super dark, and that the paper was super thin, and that's paper that he created also. And they also said that it was a little weird that he had came up with that because he was a known atheist. But his last work that he's known for is the Orlando Furioso, and that is a book. That's this bottom right hand picture there. And now we're going to Paul Reimann. Now, he was a German graphic designer and type designer, but he was more known as being a painter and a teacher. And he's known for his 1927 created Futura font. And that font is the one that's on the top right. His first attempt was the one on the middle here. So there is a big difference on how they came out. He also wrote 2 books, Typography as Art and The Art of Typography. And the one down here is The Art of Typography. Now, I did read that he went to a secondary school, and I don't know if it's called gymnasium or if it actually was gymnasium, but he studied humanities there, and he also studied Greek and Latin for 9 years. And after he studied that, that's what got him into being a good teacher. But after he left the gymnasium, he went ahead and studied art, and he completed his studies in the 1900s in Munich. And they did say because of his German upbringing, he had a dislike for jazz, dancing, and cinema, but he did appreciate the modernism. So that's what led him into going more towards fonts. And another type of font that he wasn't really well known for was called Topic, or most people know it as Style Futura. And it's described as a condensed sans serif with rounded alternate characters being A, E, M, and W. And that's what this image is here. And I see a lot of rounded characters, but I don't really see alternating. So I don't know if I'm just not looking at it right, but I just wanted to display that font, and that's how the font is described. So that's all I have for you guys, and please let me know what you think.